month of October, and I'm sure you want to know, Tanya, what are those fragrances that will leave him absolutely shook? If you want to know more about fragrances that will leave him absolutely shook, then you, my friends, have landed in the right place. Hello, good people, and welcome back to my channel. My name is Tanya Felice, and if you enjoy talking about all things fragrance, love, beauty, life, and whatever else we decide to talk about here on this channel, then you, my friends, have landed in the right spot. Okay, so before we get on with our spooktacular presentation, I want to take some time to just acknowledge October as being Breast Cancer Awareness Month. Guys, I know many of us have friends, family, loved ones who are fighting to break the chains of this horrible disease. Guys, I want you to know that I stand in solidarity with you guys. I'm praying for you. Guys, I'm praying that we can rid this disease, Lord Jesus. Oh, God. So a prayer came over me for a second, but I'm praying that, guys, we can rid this disease, Lord Jesus, because I know that we do not want our family members. We don't want to have to experience it. We want to eradicate this disease. So, guys, go get tested, go get checked, and let's jump right into our video. Okay, guys, so let's chat. So, Tanya, what's the deal with these fragrances that's going to leave him absolutely shook? Without further ado, here we go. So my first fragrance of the day is going to be none other than Tom Ford's Velvet Orchid. I call this a triple threat because it's sexy, seductive, and sensuous all in one. If you have this Tom Ford Velvet Orchid, go ahead and pull it out, ladies, because this is one that's gonna leave him absolutely shook. Next fragrance. So this is what I call my love spell. This is Insolence by Guerlain. This is a lilac, oh yes, a sweet lilac bomb. She not for everybody, but if you can get with her, talking about a love spell. Let me tell you a quick little secret about this girl. If I want her to really jump in and get some magic going, I go ahead and layer her with a little bit of this Victoria's Secret. And I know that light may be in the way, but a little bit of this Victoria's Secret velvet petals. So, Tanya, how do you spray it? I go ahead and give myself a good douse of the Insolence. I take the Victoria's Secret, a few sprays, and I simply press. When I'm done, I have my husband like, what do you have on? Because you smell so good. He's smelling everywhere that I spray. He's smelling, okay? Love spell. So Tanya, what are those other fragrances that'll leave him absolutely shook? Well, Tom Ford's Lavender Extreme. Let me tell you how I use this one. So, you know how your guy, your man, your hubby comes home from a long day at work, tired, shoulders may be aching, whether they've been sitting in the car, manual labor, whatever kind of work they're doing, they're tired. They want their shoulders rubbed. So what I like to do is pull out my lavender essential oil so that I can give them a good shoulder rub. But before I do that, I'm taking this Lavender Extreme and I'm dousing myself with it, okay? So in the beginning, that Lavender Extreme is already up and it's kicking, bright lavender. You want to go ahead and put that on before you give the massage so that it can calm down and the tonka bean can start saying hello and you just smell absolutely scrumptious. So not only are you relaxing them with the lavender oil, but you're also relaxing them and turning them completely on with your lavender and tonka bean Tom Ford scent, okay? So let me move on. What's my next fragrance? So this little girl right here, this big girl right here, Marc Jacobs Decadence. Talk about a spellbinding fragrance. Anytime I put this fragrance on, I can walk by women, men, but back to the men, my hubby. I put this one on. It's like he's under some kind of spell. You know how you sit a nice red shiny apple from like, what are those? Some of the fairy tales and that shiny red apple. Who bit that apple? I can't remember who bit it. But you know the shiny red apple is sitting there. Somebody's going to go take a quick bite knowing that it's about to put him to sleep. Well, not knowing that it's about to put him to sleep, but we know that it's about to do some magic, honey. About to do some good old magic and put them all to sleep. Well, this is that girl. Anytime I put Marc Jacobs Decadence on, my husband is falling over to try to see, oh, you got that fragrance on. Oh, it just smells so good. And he's just kind of laying there for a minute or tucked up under me or hugging a little tighter for a little minute because he is now up under my spell. This is definitely a fragrance that's going to walk and talk the whole time. It's going to enter the room and scare everybody in a good way. Shake everybody up in a good way because it's that girl. So this is one of those fragrances that will leave him absolutely shook. Next fragrance is, guys, so this is from Shay and Blue. I stumbled upon this at Indie House, a fragrance house in Alpharetta, but it is called Black Tulip. Okay. When I first picked this fragrance up, I got the little bottle, but because I wanted another fragrance that I had found in the store that day. But I knew it was something about Black Tulip that I was connected to. Couldn't figure it out, but I needed to grab it because I didn't want to leave it. So, guys, as I began to wear this little fragrance right here, the chocolate, the plum, delectable, okay? When I wear this fragrance, I get a lot of compliments from men. What do you have on? You smell so good. And they're just kind of still standing there looking. I'm like, okay, wake up, snap out of it, keep it moving. But maybe go get your girlfriend, your wife, or somebody, so you can be stuck on them. But this one, it'll leave them shook every time. And it's so interesting because I had never heard of Black Tulip. Oh, she's a Black Tulip, honey. You got all the beautiful pink and white and yellow flowers, honey. But you got this one right here, honey. And everybody wants to know what's going on with that little Black Tulip over there. So this is Shay and Blue Black Tulip. Guys, my next fragrances that I'm going to list. Now, you know, if you watched any of my blogs or my review on this I can't give Tom the credit for this, Kilian's Angel Share. This one right here. You want to be intoxicated. You want to intoxicate and leave him really shook? Overspray Angel Share. I say overspray because if you spray it like you would normally spray, I'm not a big oversprayer, but for something like this, I would overspray because I want her to stand up and talk and grab and all the above. This one is going to intoxicate, if you've heard me say it before, intoxicate his whole life and leave him right there shook. Okay? He'll be coming back for seconds and thirds because this is that fragrance. And so my last fragrance, which also complements my second to last fragrance, is none other than Kilian's Aphrodisiac. So he's already intoxicated, okay? And then now you coming with this aphrodisiac, talking about leaving him shook and speechless. Honey, if you are in the market for any of these fragrances or you want to know any more about these fragrances, leave me a comment. If you have any of these fragrances and you've experienced leaving him shook with these fragrances, hit the like button And guys, oh, I almost forgot. Last but not least, so there again at the Indie House, and guys, I keep referencing the Indie House. It's a fragrance house here in Atlanta. It's in Alpharetta, and they have a lot of the niche fragrances. And someone told me about it. I went up and fell in love. Okay, but I was purchasing a few fragrances that day, and I didn't want to purchase the whole house because we still have other things to do. But I had to get me a sample of Messy Sexy just rolled out of bed. So let me tell you what I think about with this right here. I think about waking up after a long night and just kind of looking over my shoulder, and my hubby's still over there asleep, and I just kind of twirl my hair. If he opens his eyes, I give him a nice little wink, and I just go ahead and roll on out of the bed. This is Messy Sexy just rolled out of bed. So guys, that's all that I have for you today. I just wanted to stop in and chat with you a little bit about fragrances that will leave him absolutely shook. And guys, I have one honorable mention. I don't have it. I'm sure my mom still has it in her collection, but the original Poison. Every Halloween, I go raid my mom's perfume collection, and I like to spray on a little bit of Poison, honey, because it's just so fun to me. But that's another one. Don't sleep on it. It's an oldie but goodie. It's a vintage one, but it will leave them shook as well. So guys, if you enjoyed this video, go ahead and hit the like button, guys. And until next time, don't forget to find you a fragrance that will leave him shook.
Don't forget to like and subscribe and follow me on IG at It's Perfectly Peachy.